Yeah, that was Stan's reaction when he found out Francine was pregnant with a child that wasn't his. But what happened? As always, Stan started his day by raising the flag with the pride of being an American citizen.
Let Wednesday begin!
Seeing Terry and Greg walking, Stan greeted them in an extremely friendly manner.
What are you guys doing today? Shopping? Brunching? Parading? Or taking the day off and just being gay?
Oh, thanks for telling everyone something they already knew. Accidentally learning that the two were planning to have a child together, Stan, with the experience of a father of two, shared that it was not an easy task.
Guys, a baby's not like a fire. You can't just rub two sticks together and...
Fortunately, with modern technology, Terry and Greg chose in vitro fertilization. Not believing in or liking what they were going to do, Stan thought that wasn't a good way for a child to be born and raised. Simply put, it was completely unnatural.
I mean, why don't I just start a family with the couch? Hey kids, how was school? Hello, wife. Miss me? Huh? Here, lie on your stomach. I'll prop you up with the kids.
Stan!
See how weird it gets, Francine?
Great example, Stan. But what exactly are you planning to do?
I found some of Steve and Haley's baby clothes in the basement.
Visiting Greg and Terry to give them Haley and Steve's old baby clothes, Francine accidentally found out that they couldn't go through with IVF because they didn't have a surrogate mother. Being a kind person, Francine volunteered for the role.
Really?
I live right across the street, and both pregnancies were a breeze for me. Doctor says I have a big, spongy cervix.
Sounds easy. But do you realize you're already 40 years old, Francine? The fertilization process went quickly, and Francine returned to inform Stan. However, as a man who didn't believe in same-sex parenting, Stan was furious. Oh, thank goodness. Maybe he was just bluffing.
Francine, what the hell?
Yeah, and she decided not to tell him the truth. Months passed. Greg and Terry visited Francine every day to take care of her, but Stan wasn't suspicious and simply thought they were being kind.
No, let me.
No, let her. She needs to get some exercise. Look how fat she is.
Are you kidding me, Stan? 8 months have passed and you just thought she was getting fat?
Jeez. I'm gonna go look at thin women online.
Until one day, Francine's doctor called and Stan learned the truth. But unlike what Francine imagined, Stan went straight to confront the baby's two fathers.
Rumble, Terry!
Stop dancing so I can hit you!
Yeah, you could tell them to slap themselves in the face. Francine insisted that she did it voluntarily and that it was something to be proud of. Haley agreed and pointed out that Stan was actually creating an unhealthy environment for the child's development. Realizing his mistake, Stan immediately changed his attitude and joined Francine in taking care of the baby. The day the baby was born arrived. Greg and Terry happily welcomed their first daughter and didn't forget to thank Francine and Stan.
Stan? Where's Stan?
Don't you worry, little girl. We're gonna find you a real home.
Taking the baby to Nebraska to find a real family, Stan faced strong opposition from Francine and the gay couple. Even worse, a pro-LGBTQ organization intervened, forcing Stan to change course. Luckily, a woman arrived just in time to help him.
Hold on! Or my waist!
Rescued and taken home by her, Stan was very grateful and eager to meet her husband. But when her husband returned...
You're a lucky man.
I'm a woman.
Right. You know, I love long hair on a man. Grown-up Jesus had long hair. But his breasts weren't as luscious as your... Holy you're a woman!
Sometimes I don't understand how he even got a job at the CIA. Stan went upstairs and kidnapped both of their children. A large-scale chase began. But gradually, he realized the two kids were very happy. They even argued and fought, just like Steve and Haley. Turns out they were raised and developed completely normally like any other children. At that moment, Stan decided to stop and return the children to their 4 parents.
Come on, give me a hug. You know you want to.
That was pretty lenient, Stan. In my country, you'd go to jail.
There's a chance you're not Haley's father.
Well, it was truly wonderful that Stan's beloved wife gave him the most heartbreaking news on Valentine's Day. And even better, Francine didn't even know exactly who Haley's biological father was.
I'm not sure. Just someone I met in a bar and had sex with in the coat room.
Wow, things are worse than I thought. What happened? The story begins when Haley teaches Francine how to use Facebook, where she can reconnect with old friends. Immediately, Francine thinks of Kelly Wilk, a high school friend of hers.
Kelly Wilk!
No! They called her the kidney killer because she made people party so hard their kidneys would shut down.
That's right. We all have a friend like that. Hanging out with them is fun, but it's not good for your wallet or your health. Francine sends Kelly a friend request and invites her over. But unfortunately, Kelly has now become a nun, staying away from alcohol and pointless pleasures.
Nun! I don't know what the it says in Leviticus. I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, giving up alcohol is harder than reaching the heavens. She even wears a bottle opener around her neck and has a tattoo to remind herself to party every day. By the way, Kelly also invites Haley to drink with them. And of course, Haley can't refuse because she's unemployed. They drink one glass after another until Haley's kidney has to cry out, "Stop, Haley! Either you stop or I will!"
I can't take it anymore, Joe. I'm shutting down.
And so, both stopped. Haley is quickly taken to the hospital and diagnosed with kidney failure. One is completely ruined, and the other is only functioning at 20%. If it fails too, she will die. Francine is willing to donate her kidney to Haley, but she only has one left after drinking too much with Kelly. Stan is ready to give Haley his kidney, but Francine seems reluctant.
Or we could leave her hooked up to a machine her whole life. Like me and my coffee maker, I tell ya what.
It turns out, Francine is worried that Stan's kidney might not be a match for Haley. She cheated on Stan right before their wedding, and she doesn't even know who the guy she had fun with was.
You had sex with a stranger in the coat room? Coat room sex, huh? Ah!
Fortunately, being a forgiving person, Stan easily forgives Francine.
You big whore. I don't know why I'm holding you like this. It must be very confusing.
The two decide to find out who Francine's mystery man was so they can take his kidney, in case Stan's isn't a match. Just then, the CIA successfully invents a time machine. However, it's still incomplete. If they return past midnight, they will turn into a mushy blob like this. They travel back to 1996. Wow, that's the year I was born. But when I look up Haley Smith, it says she was born in 1987. Weird, huh? Anyway, Stan quickly finds young Francine, and of course, she's drinking with Kelly. Here, Kelly suggests that Francine should try something new before getting married.
The same guy, the same thing, day after day, until you die.
Immediately, a handsome guy approaches Francine and invites her to sit down.
Here, let me wipe your seat out for you.
Amazing. I'm going to use this move the next time I meet a girl I like. The two of them head to the coat room to have fun. Things would have ended easily if Stan had just followed them, checked the guy's driver's license to see his name, and left. But no. Overcome with jealousy, Stan interrupts their fun, only to realize he made a mistake.
Because if that guy is Haley's father, then Haley will no longer exist in the present.
Oh. Right.
Now, Stan has to go to their younger selves' house to convince young Francine to cheat on him.
You expect me to help my fiancé have sex with a stranger? In public, unprotected, yes. We raised her. So regardless of who her biological father is, she's our daughter, and she deserves to exist.
When young Francine refuses, Stan turns to Roger to get some stimulants, making she lose control and do anything.
You gotta go sleep with that girl, bro. We her. She's good to go.
Nice!
Quickly returning to donate a kidney to Haley, they receive the results. Only one of the two is a match. But Stan refuses to know whose kidney was used.
I don't want to know which one you use. She's my daughter no matter what.
Yeah, this time he truly forgave Francine. But how did they get Joel Larson's kidney? Still Roger, leave the tough jobs to him. That was when Haley was not Stan's daughter. So what would happen if neither Haley nor Steve were his children? One Christmas, like every other Christmas, Stan had to go shopping for gifts for the whole family. Despite getting many suggestions, everything Stan bought was completely off the mark.
Is that for Steve?
It's for Steve and Haley, but I'll be the one using it. And this is more of a sweater-shaped bag. Maybe a sweater with a snowman.
Like the one I'm wearing?
Well, he might be the dullest husband I know. On his way, Stan ran into Principal Lewis. He was free, did whatever he wanted, and even loved whoever he wanted.
Hey, Soul Santa.
Whoa.
This made Stan jealous. By the way, Stan also invited Louis to his house party.
Are there going to be any chicks there?
My wife and daughter.
Christmas Eve arrived. While Stan was busy preparing everything for his family and enduring Francine's nagging, Louis, as cool as ever, arrived in a white Porsche, drawing admiration from everyone.
And that's whatever I want all the time!
Wow, he just takes what he wants, doesn't he?
This made Stan jealous, and before placing the angel on the tree, he spoke his wish.
Sometimes I just wish I had Louis's life.
What just happened? Was it you, Roger? Oh no, this is a different episode. The next morning, after a great night's sleep, Stan woke up but couldn't find Francine anywhere.
Honey, where's my morning BJ?
What? Morning BJ? What does that mean?
I have to get my own breakfast juice.
Ah, okay, breakfast juice. Maybe my imagination went too far. Walking around the house and seeing no one except Roger, Stan was shocked to find the house decorated in a completely different style.
Oh, Jesus, this is the tree of a single man!
His family had completely disappeared, replaced by Louis's white Porsche, leaving Stan utterly disheartened. Okay, that was exactly what he wished for. But if this was Stan's wish, why was Roger still here?
Maybe because I was touching your butt when you wished? Butt wish?
The two changed clothes and enjoyed their single life together. But the one truly living the best single life was Louis. So they left the gas station to find him and share this joy.
The nozzle's still in the tank! It's okay, we're single!
You guys are awesome!
Strangely, today Louis refused to party and seemed more reserved than usual. And when Stan peeked inside the house...
Francine? What the hell is going on?
Oh my god.
Principal Louis and Francine have been doing it. You should picture it. Whoa!
Maybe Stan had wished to have Louis's life, and now Louis had his. Trying to wish everything back to normal but failing, Stan stormed into the house and desperately tried to explain that he was Francine's real husband.
Remember last year at Christmas, I got you both 3 hole punches so you wouldn't have to fight over one?
No, last year on Christmas we pretended we didn't see you walk into the Sizzler by yourself.
Out of options, Stan grabbed Louis's gun and kidnapped his family.
7 swans a-swimming, 6 geese a-laying.
5 golden rings!
Luckily, Steve's God-given singing talent still remained. Very quickly, the CIA arrived, demanding Stan release Francine and her children. At that moment, Francine seemed to remember something and offered Stan a deal.
But honey, the CIA will never believe you. Our only hope is if I can convince them.
Yes, go, go!
It was terrible. What are you waiting for? Take him down!
Amazing. This Francine is smarter than the Francine I used to know. Heartbroken by being deceived, Stan drove away in tears. Realizing he couldn't live alone like this, Stan stopped on a bridge and decided to jump. Thankfully, seeing that Stan had learned his lesson about the importance of family, God restored his family. But when Stan walked into the house...
Hey, Pops!
Hi, Daddy! Just in time for dinner.
Yeah, completely different. But that's okay. At least Klaus was still there.
Klaus? What's going on? Everything's so different. My God, the fish doesn't talk.
Turns out this was actually Stan's real family. Francine, Haley, and Steve were actually a terrible family sent to teach Stan a lesson. But he, and maybe all of us, preferred that terrible family, right? Just then, Roger returned. But this time, Roger was no longer Roger because he hadn't been with Stan when the wish was granted.
I'm Gerald, your tenant. Why are you calling me Roger?
Stan told Roger about the amazing things he did in that world, driving a Porsche and doing whatever he wanted, making Roger super excited.
Do I ever dress as a woman?
Yeah. That is when you're not walking around naked.
Now, Roger's only job was to say his wish and place the angel on the tree.
It didn't work.
Yeah, it did. I got my Porsche. Oh, we're out of wishes.
Too disappointed, Stan turned to his new wife, trying to insult her looks so she would wish she had never married him. But that was not true because she was absolutely perfect.
Now don't you wish we were never married?
No, I'm just glad you're okay.
Surprisingly, Stan realized that Mary didn't like being criticized for the things she did. So he deliberately provoked her, making Mary truly wish she had never married him.
Sometimes I do wish we were never married.
Oh, honey. I thought you were sleeping in.
Stan gave everyone exactly the gifts they loved. After all, a not-so-bright wife, an unemployed daughter, and a loser son were the best family ever. And of course, an alien and a talking fish were a must.
Mom, Dad, I learned my lesson.
Snot, for the last time, you're not our son.
It was worth a shot.